She was born with the ability to see ghosts. Anyone who comes into contact with her hands will temporarily gain the ability to see ghosts. Ellie was originally about to marry her fiancé. They were just about to walk down the aisle, but the day before the wedding, her fiancé accidentally touched her hand. The very next day, while riding an elevator, he experienced something supernatural. The lights inside the elevator began flickering wildly. When the elevator doors opened again, the hallway had turned into a creepy, otherworldly place. The next second, a drenched ghost suddenly reached up from beneath the elevator. It grabbed his ankle and started dragging him down. By the time Ellie reached the parking garage, her fiancé was already terrified out of his mind.
괜찮아요?
오지 말아요.
기우 씨.
가까이 오지 말라고. 손 한번 잘못 잡았다가 진짜 귀신이 붙을지 몰랐어요.
After that incident, he broke up with her on the spot. Meanwhile, a ghost was standing right beside Ellie.
10시 다시 안 만날게요.
The man turned around and ran away. From that day on, Ellie realized she could never casually touch anyone again. To avoid accidentally touching people, wherever she went, she always wore a pair of black gloves. One day, a little boy fell right in front of her. She instinctively reached out to help him up, but forced herself to pull her hand back. Over time, all of her coworkers started seeing her as a cold, heartless CEO who kept everyone at a distance. In reality, she had once asked a shaman how to break the curse. But the shaman told her if she wanted to stay alive, she had to help ghosts fulfill their final wishes. So by day, she was the CEO of the nation's largest luxury hotel group. By night, she became a ghost medium who helped spirits find justice. One night, Ellie was gathering evidence for a restless spirit when she unexpectedly ran into Mike, a prosecutor investigating the case. Ellie mistook Mike for the murderer, while Mike spotted a hand sticking out near her feet and assumed she was burying a body.
이거 찾으러 왔냐?
피해자 핸드폰 내려놔.
The two started fighting in the woods. It wasn't until Mike's partner arrived that they finally stopped. But after Mike turned around to speak with his partner for just a few seconds, Ellie had completely vanished. His partner even insisted he had never seen any woman. In fact, Ellie was already hundreds of yards away. The ghost guiding her was still right by her side. Only after the police recovered the body did the ghost finally let go of its obsession and slowly fade away. And that's not all. Ellie also had a rather strange habit. She never slept in her bed. Instead, she slept inside a tent set up in her living room. Late one night, a ghost suddenly entered her house. The next second, Ellie saw a ghostly figure appear on top of the tent. The furniture throughout the house started shaking violently. The tent zipper slowly began to unzip, but it was doing it way too slowly. Ellie got so impatient that she walked out herself. It turned out the ghost had come to ask her to solve its case. Following the ghost's directions, Ellie arrived outside a convenience store. She happened to see a car speeding away. She was about to use a nearby payphone to call the police when the car backed into hers. Then it took off in a hit and run. Ellie immediately got in her car and chased after it. Just then, Mike, who happened to be passing by, yanked open the passenger door and jumped in.
밟아요, 어서.
뭐예요?
Ellie had already forgotten meeting him in the woods, but Mike saw this as the perfect chance to find out who she really was. He immediately flashed his prosecutor's badge. He told her to start driving. They needed to catch the hit-and-run suspect first. But the next second, Ellie said, the car had already been stopped by the red light at the next intersection.
누가요?
Mike didn't believe her at all. In fact, it was the ghost sitting in the back seat that had been guiding Ellie the whole time. But from Mike's point of view, Ellie was talking to thin air.
이게 맞는 거죠? 그 우회전에서 좌회전.
He even started wondering if Ellie had mental health issues. But Ellie slammed on the gas. She actually intercepted the fleeing car perfectly. Ellie's job was done. Now it was Mike's turn. As a prosecutor, he could handle one suspect just fine, but going up against two suspects at once was more than he could handle. At the critical moment, Ellie grabbed a baseball bat and charged in. In just a few swings, she got him out of trouble. After everything was over, Mike was about to leave when Ellie told him to open the trunk of the car. As the trunk slowly opened, the body of a taxi driver was lying inside. Once the body was found, the ghost bowed deeply to Ellie after its final wish had been fulfilled. Then it completely faded away. Mike immediately reported the case. Meanwhile, one of his colleagues uncovered a new lead in another body dumping case. About 30 minutes before the victim's phone was turned off, a surveillance camera near a payphone captured a suspect. Although it only showed the suspect from the waist down, Mike recognized the limited edition sneakers. After checking the purchase records, the police discovered that one of the buyers was Ellie, the CEO of Reina Group. According to rumors, she hated physical contact. She rarely attended meetings and never gave media interviews. Very few people had ever actually seen her. But Mike remembered that the Ellie he met in the woods was wearing those exact shoes. So he decided to investigate her himself. Even though people warned him that without an appointment, Ellie's bodyguards might throw him out, Mike didn't believe it. As luck would have it, the moment he stepped into Reina Group, he ran straight into Ellie. The instant Ellie saw him, she turned and ran. Mike chased after her. No matter where she ran, Mike stayed right behind her. Eventually, Ellie scrambled back into her office. She took off her black gloves and let out a long sigh of relief. She thought she'd finally lost Mike, but he had followed her all the way there. Ellie pressed herself against the door, carefully listening for any sounds outside. Just as she was about to lock the door, Mike suddenly shoved it open. Caught off balance, Ellie nearly fell. Mike instinctively reached out and caught her. But at that exact moment, their hands touched. And from that moment on, Mike also gained the ability to see ghosts. When a prosecutor who had never believed in ghosts suddenly starts seeing restless spirits wandering the streets, how will he react? The answer will be revealed in the next episode.